Do you like to use watercolor brush markers? If you do, then stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Creative Coloring with Iram. I'm Iram Tasneem and I have a really bold and vibrant card to share with you today, and it is easy for you to color too. I will use the Builder Garden Morning Asters stamp set. It also has a coloring stencil and a coordinating die set, though I won't be using the coloring stencil today. On A2 watercolor cardstock, I heat embossed a few images in antique gold embossing powder. Make sure to prep the panel with anti-static powder before stamping with embossing ink. I did this off camera because this is something very easy to do and I wanted to save time. The watercolor brush markers that I will use for the flowers are ruby red and purple wine. This is one of my favorite colors to use together. It adds a bit of red, a bit of pink and magenta. Now I will apply the watercolor randomly onto the petals closer to the flower center. This purely depends on you if you want more pink or more red. Add more of the color that you want. I believe I kept both the same. Then I will take a wet paintbrush. You can take any size if you are going to die cut this later on. Since then you can color outside of the lines and not worry about it, as you will die cut it anyway. So your white outline will get covered with color. But if you are creating a one layer panel, use a smaller size brush and carefully activate the pigment, moving it to the tips of the petal. And this is how easy it is to color the flower. Super fast and very pigmented. Actually, that depends on how much watercolor you are adding. I did add quite a bit, covering half the petals, but I am aiming to create a really vibrant card. Also, if you are new to watercolor brush markers, these Altenew ones especially, you can start lighter and then go back in to add more pigment if you want to. Don't be scared of the intensity of these brush markers. These are absolutely amazing. The result is magic. And once you get used to them, which I'm telling you is going to be the first or second time around, you will love them. Here I want to show you something. I started to color my leaves and I remembered that I wanted a really dark green background, inspired by this card that I made for Craft a Flower Snowdrops. I will talk about this later when I'm coloring the background. So I gently removed the color by applying water and sopping up some of the pigment. Then I added a bit of citrus burst to change the tone of the emerald color, making it more vibrant and more leafy green. This will differentiate the leaves green from the background's green. Now for the flower center, I used a bit of citrus burst and also pulled a bit of pigment from the flower for shading. As you know, the red and the pink from the petals mixed with yellow is going to create a bit of orange. So that allowed me to create my third color. So now I'm going to work on the background. My images are on the side. I have already die cut them off camera. I'm using another piece of A2 watercolor cardstock. I will apply water to this panel in a C shape. I'm aiming to create a panel like the snowdrops card that I talked about earlier. I like the way I did the background on the snowdrops card. I kept this one area really light, drawing attention to the dark portions and also to that white area, that lighter area. It's not essentially white, it's just lighter than the dark area. So it's really popping. It's the white area is also popping and the dark area is also popping. There's a contrast between both. Plus, it also creates a bit of a balance. So for this panel, I'm dropping in emerald along my vertically inverted C, and I will work in the pigment and soften it as I come closer to that ring shape that I'm trying to create. I will also add a bit of citrus burst to match my flower center and balance my leaves. You can work on this as long as you want to. I will also add splatters of citrus burst. They will activate the emeralds and bloom. It looks really cool. It's not going to be that visible in the end, but still there will be some spots of lemony color there. Once I'm happy with the look, I will use my heat tool to dry the panel. Make sure to keep moving the heat tool when doing this. If you want to add gold to this, to add some shine, add splatters of gold paint from Metallic Watercolor 14 pan set. Because I use a lot of water to create this, the panel is usually quite warped by the time I'm done. I used to keep it overnight under some weight to flatten it out, but now I just run it through my die cutting machine once and then use this amazing ultra sticky double-sided adhesive to adhere it to my card base. This tape has been super helpful. It helps with the warping and sticks it really well too. Now I will use the instant dimension foam tape, stick it behind the images, then adhere the images to the card front. I also watercolored the tiny pieces and tucked those in as well to make the arrangement a bit fuller. For the sentiment, I heat embossed this on black cardstock, and I will adhere this with ultra sticky adhesive onto one of the gold glitter cardstocks in a way that some of the glitter cardstock shows through from the bottom edge, which is going to look really nice. To finish, I will use satin gold sequins and add it to as many places as I can. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. You can see how vibrant the watercolor brush markers are and how easy it is to use them. If you are new to them, skip the background and follow the flower coloring and come back to the background once you are used to them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!